tits, am I right?
Tits and boobies.
Did we just, is that immediately cut the thread, the channel? If I say, is tits okay?
I think it's fine. I love it when I go to like a Russian woman that like gives you the bras to fit and she just looks at you and goes, "You what I see." And I'm like, "All right, thanks, lady."
Yeah, I think it was Italy. It was in Italy. They just grab you. And they're like, "You're this size, okay."
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
just,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And you're like, "All right, well,
Thank you. It's
thank you, I guess."
like the breast whisperer. But thank you for joining Someplace Underneath.
Thanks for the subs, Aaron B's Nux and Lisa_pizza and MER0927.
Hype train is at 94%. And if we get to 100%, no, I can't.
Amber's gonna take her shirt out. All right, well.
Because we'll get the whole channel deleted.
Oh, right. That is something. You can say tits, you can't see tits.
You can't see tits. But check out Natalie's shirt, though.
Oh, my corset.
Venus eating DeMillo.
Yeah, it's Charlie DeMillo. No, it's this is a corset by a really cool indie designer named Georgina something.
Georgina something.
That's helpful. But this is the Goya painting that we just learned. We did some learning right before this. It's called Saturn Devouring His Son, but that was not actually the painting's title because Goya just painted it on his wall, and they took it off the wall and made it into a painting, and then they just gave it a name.
On his wall, like a depressed artist.
You can name anything.
I guess.
That's just
Astro
news for you.
Porpoise, it's your first time on the chat. Thank you for tuning in.
That's very... I would feel very Box of Demons, Spun Shutdown Omegle. Yeah, I'm going to take full credit for it.
That's right. Fuck them.
I'm not going to fact check that. We did it. He's that guy, the kid who started it, has been considering it, and he was like, you know what, that Amber and Natalie, I got to make them happy.
I think we're making waves. We're making change, some positive change.
We're making something. I don't know.
We're making a little shit pie.
Yeah. Bridget Goid, I love the matching black outfits. What a vibe. Unintentional. We just both wear a lot of black clothes.
That's right. I just found out about, God, what's his name? Not Tom Ford, but he's like a scary guy in the fashion world, but he just does a lot of black and like he likes, crucifixes and stuff because they look cool. But basically, a lot of people are losing their minds because I feel like we're in a purity culture right now.
Oh, yeah. It's a renaissance.
It's a renaissance. But
of satanic panic.
Rick Owens.
They don't like him because he does black stuff?
Because it's a lot of black and it's a lot of pentacles and stuff, but a lot of fashionistas.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh. I do like that sort of performative outrage because it's funny.
It's hilarious.
And then you just be like, yeah, you know what? Oh, I'm spooky.
Spooky.
Oh. Yeah, don't look at the guy wearing a nice little button-down blue shirt who's touching kids. That's the problem is
They're never the problem.
The pentacles.
Yeah. I think there was a party on TikTok. It was like a Rick Owens birthday party or whatever in Tokyo, and it looked fucking sick. And it had a DJ called Diarrhea, or I think that was their name.
If not, I mean... Somebody take that DJ name.
Yes, and it had some American Psycho horror music, but it just mostly looked pretty rock and roll. And all the comments were like, I'd be so scared there. I couldn't do anything there. And I was like, yeah, that's why you're not invited, fucking loser. Sorry.
Be scared in a church.
I'd be so scared at the Rick Owens party. Because I think there was a woman dancing on a pole or something and a devil horn. And they're like, I can't. And I was like, ugh.
I also have a corset with the print of the Garden of Earthly Delights on it. I should have worn that one for some real hell fear. Yeah, I would love to go to a party with DJ Irritable Bowel Syndrome or whatever.
That's what's up. I think it looks like it
that looks like that's from 1973.
Yeah, it looks like something.
Is that from this party?
I mean, I can send you over the Rick Owens party if we have time to put it up. The thing that made people fucking flip out.
Oh, look, an invisible. What am I drinking out of? What? Oh, I'm drinking space. I'm drinking space. Tastes like artificial peppermint in space.
I think this, I don't know. Should I say? I think this might be it. I'll send it.
I think it looks cool. Whatever it is.
All right, so this is DJ Diarrhea. I'm going to send it over to the producers right now.
Is it actually DJ Diarrhea?
Oh, yeah, there we go. This is it. So you see it. This is DJ Diarrhea. This is Rick Owens' Tokyo Party. It looks fucking rock and roll with the horse
great.
and stuff.
Love it.
People were losing their mind over this. This is no big deal.
That's stupid.
If this were done in the 90s, you'd be like, yeah, cool.
This is stupid to be upset about.
People were so upset about this. Yeah, that's DJ Diarrhea.
Is that Shakira? Am I 1,000 years old? Is that...
Oh, it looks like Shakira, but it's not. It's same
not.
here.
It's
Same here.
not. I'm sorry.
But people were losing their mind over that. It's just the Rick
Is
Owens
that
Tokyo
up and
Party.
coming performing artist Shakira? Listen, she's still banging. Okay, we're doing a bit of a free balling episode this eve. I'm in a mood today.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of a, just kind of like a get to know us episode.
Amber's gonna tell everybody her credit card number.
That's right. And where I live.
Yeah.
It might start with a C. My street name. See if you can get that.
I'm glad that you actually didn't use the correct letter for your street name.
Yeah, I didn't. No.
Uh-oh.
I do stream on my porch all the time, and I'm so scared that someone's going to find me.
Well,
but
there's all those geolocator apps. I mean, oh my God, fucking kill me. Accounts on the apps.
Right.
Those geolocator guys were like, give me one picture of a corner of where your garbage cans are, and we can figure out where you are.
Just some guy that hasn't gotten blown in 6 years.
Hey, some of those people seem very nice.
I'm sure that's how I get my news. From autistic people online. Coming to you live from the club. Danny Bedrosian was awesome. Thank you, Eleanor Condopast 69. We were on the brighter side last time, and Danny Bedrosian, member of Parliament Funkadelic, he's the keyboardist, and he was on talking about the Armenian genocide. A lot going on over there.
Yeah.
Go check out his page on Instagram. He's a phenomenal artist, and he has a new book out.
Fun. So I don't know if that sounds like is there a brighter side?
Nope.
No. We're coming up Thanksgiving. I don't know why I keep acting like this is the end of the year. We did an episode today to commemorate the 96th episode of our show instead of our 100th because I felt like it. It's my show, and I decided 96 was the one that we were going to do that for.
That's all right. We make the rules, Natalie.
Yeah, I do. I make them up, and I think 96 is a cooler number than 100.
It's, 96, I think, might be better than 69. It's a more mature 69. It's old people blowing each other. That's what a 96 is. If 69 is like the youths flip-flop sucking cocks, 96 is like, let me suck on your mushroom tip.
I support it. I think the elderly should boast a healthy sex life. I think it makes people feel happier and live longer.
I love that. Do you know nursing homes have the highest rates of concentrated STDs in the entire world?
Yeah.
I'd say good for it. I think
because they're all fucking. Who cares?
They're all fucking. When you get 76 years old, you should suck all the genitals you want.
76 specifically?
76. I feel like that's a good age. And shoot heroin. Shoot it right into your veins.
Well, maybe you have very livable years after 76. Maybe try heroin when you're like 89.
89. Okay.
I might kill you, but it will probably feel good.
That's the way to go. And if you die, if your brain lives on like how you die, and you died at like an 89-year-old of like in heroin, sucking cock, are you in heaven just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like forever?
Do you think if you lived like this righteous life that they tell you to live, and then in the last minutes you suck dick and shoot heroin, that you still go to hell?
I hate that.
I think that's bullshit. I think any righteous God would want everybody to do that at least one time.
So I had a Meemaw, and she was such a pious woman, read her Bible, never showed a lick of skin, birthed 8 children. When she died, the nursing home, because the makeup artist, they put her in bright blue eyeshadow and pink lips like she was taking money under a bridge. And I was like, Meemaw, get it. Like, is this how she's going to look in heaven for the rest of her life?
Against her will, it sounds like. Did she request that?
No, but I love it.
Oh, God. We did the last series we did on trafficking and fame. I've gotten notes that we had too many episodes of it, and I agree. It was a really fucking weird time for all of us, and that was the most I could do. I said this on the show we recorded earlier. I don't take back anything that was on it, but definitely probably didn't need that many. But we were dealing with unprecedented things. And you know what's really fun? I love when you guys send us messages. It's really kind. If somebody's saying something mean online, you don't have to send it and go, I can't believe this person, what an asshole saying this horrible thing about you. No way, I don't agree with it. And I'm like, I didn't need to know either of your opinions, to be honest.
Oh, right. Don't send it to me.
Yeah, why
Ignorance is bliss.
That is, yeah, please. But yeah, I know it was. This has been a taxing few months. We're in a weird space with this show. We're not stopping in any way, but we might be reformulating some things because it's just been weird. It's been a weird few. And we've been doing the show alone. We don't bring on like researchers or anything because we never meant to make money on this show. And we didn't for the whole first season. We didn't make any. We made $0. It actually made -$, because we have donated from the start. And as it stands now, I make barely what you would consider minimum wage on this show because it's not about making fat cash.
Yeah, you just wanted like purely to talk about victims.
Yeah, and so that means a lot to me, and I want to continue to have those talks because I do think, at the end of the day, even though we're not like helping, I think the conversations are important to have and to like be okay and acknowledge if you don't know everything about every topic and be like kind of vulnerable about it and have kind of messy conversations about it a little bit.
Right, because we're dealing with very heavy, intense topics, and often the topics are like unfolding as we go, and maybe sometimes the right wording or
Yeah, sure.
whatever. I think I said something like, can't refugees come in through Canada? And somebody got upset at that. Like, I'm just asking questions. I don't know. And
No,
they're like,
you're
it's
allowed.
too cold.
You do a great job, Amber. I really appreciate your insight and
You should see what I hold back. Anna Delay says, my great Meemaw was pious as hell and a real straight shooter cleaning up her house after she died. The massive dildos we found.
Good for her. Get it in there. Yeah. Anyway, about those important conversations about grandma's dildos.
Oh, and thank you, Lisa Pizza. I love this conversation, this podcast for the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
do too. I do too. And what, we got, the whole network went through a lot in the last few months. Some of it was like unexpected. It was really weird to go through. I'm sad by how somehow this show got more into the conversation than it should have been. I'm not going to stop doing this show, but we might change it up a little bit. Mostly just...
I'm going to have a Russian accent.
Was that Russian?
Your old Russian accent on the show.
An old Russian accent.
So we're going to change up the show a little bit.
Perhaps a little. Just, it's just us. There's no other contributors to this show. There never has been. The only person I would say contributed was Carolina, our lovely friend, because she was a friend and she was helping me. But otherwise, it's just been me and you. And aside from a few very conversational, streams and stuff, there's just you and me. So I want to continue on making the best possible content we can and try to keep it in the scope of stuff that's important and not gossipy or salacious. And
right, because
Yeah.
we started this episode from pure intentions, just kind of discovering it as we go.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes there's like a hiccup.
It just, it's a labor of love. There's really nothing to be gained from it except just wanting to talk about stuff like this. And I really appreciate all you guys who tune in to, listen to it. And,
Yeah.
I know I'm skirting around it. I'm not trying to talk too much about anything that's happened, but, we somehow got embroiled in the Rolling Stone shit. And that was really weird to go through. It felt very violating. And, it was also just really hard to watch, kind of helplessly watch Taylor go through everything online. And there's no real outlet to talk about that because we can't really legally talk about anything. But it was really hard to watch somebody suffering online like that and somehow getting people's attention on me in the show in a way that was not helpful in any way.
But thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We love you. We love working here.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue doing the best content that we possibly can. And please write in at someplaceunderneath@gmail.com. I read the stuff. It might take a while to get back to you, but please let me know anything you love or you don't like.
Yeah. And my goal is always going to be to provide you the best researched segments that we can that actually, provide as relevant of information as possible. And
my job is to derail the conversation.
It is, though. I need it. I need you to do that. It's important. But yeah, so we're just, I want to refocus the show on like the things that we made it for and to continue to do that.
That's
in the
right.
future. And so we'll see how we're structuring it. We're going through a lot of huge changes at LPN in a really good way. We're adding a lot of elements and I'm like really fucking psyched on it. We have some fun like segments planned and all that, and we'll keep you posted.
So it's change is inevitable. If you don't change, then you get old.
You're strange.
That's right. If you don't change, you're strange. So shall we start with some of the topics, news points?
Yeah.
Natalie brought something up to me today about this guy. Speaking of,
This is so fun. I had a different cup, and it was somebody had poked a needle in the bottom like a prank. I don't wait.
like a little prank.
I don't want just the Starbucks logo showing up on this.
Are we supposed to boycott them? I think.
Huh?
I think we're supposed to boycott them.
Well, this is just a reusable cup we have.
Okay.
But one of the other ones had a pinprick in the bottom, and it was leaking out the bottom.
Oh,
like we were in
boy.
a joke shop.
Come on.
Come on with this. So now I'm drinking space.
We do have, because I was doing a Brighter Side episode on April Fools, and I got a pen that shocks you, and I did put it in the company pen jar, and then Kelly was like, nope.
Wait, when did you do that?
This was like a year ago, but because I thought it'd be funny if somebody was like, and I gotta write this contract. I think that's hilarious. That's my kind of humor. But she very rightfully so hit it.
It was like, maybe this is a liability.
Maybe this is not it. Speaking of liabilities, there's this guy in Utah who's just like,
okay, listen, I know I keep rattling on about LDS, and it's probably not going to stop anytime soon because this shit keeps unraveling, and it's blowing my mind. And I encourage anybody who has any insight into other high control religions like Jehovah's Witnesses, if they have this level of darkness. I know that there's a lot of dark things, but the way that the ripple effect from the core of the LDS church is so dark, dude. And so last time we talked about another guy that had been kind of went under the radar for child sex crime. No, I'm sorry, it was adult sex crimes, excuse me, who was an LDS member who was like in the circle around Jodi Hildebrandt. And we found two more that are very recent.
this is wild. This guy was like,
Here's one.
so the charges, because he was hosting a here's not to be gay seminar, and he's like, hey, let me tell you guys how not to be gay. You got to give me a blowjob, and
Yeah.
I like this logic.
I sure. Not at all manipulative.
It was just like, what was he saying? What was he saying a while ago?
That guy?
No, what was he saying?
Who?
I forget. I'm sorry.
Who?
I don't know. It's time for me to go to the nursing home.
Oh no! Thanks
Yeah,
for
what
the.
were you saying
Are you going to
a
go
while ago?
96? Somebody?
Yeah, something about the gay with the penis and to not be gay.
I was saying that it's similar to how you give people with hyperactivity speed
yes.
to calm them down.
All right.
You
That's
give
it.
Gay people.
Our producers are helping.
Our producers are helping us. Yes, he said it was like, giving people speed to calm down.
Yes.
Like
yes.
sucking
yes.
dick to not be gay. Thank you.
Got it.
Welcome to LPN.
We have a new employee here. Immediately helping. Thanks for the sub, Guz Thorn 1. Yeah, so this guy, can you pull that back up again, Eric? So this specific man,
What's the blue thing?
which blue? Oh, it's a prison vest.
Oh.
I think it's a self-harm thing, preventing self-harm thing.
It looks like,
Mortal Kombat here.
yeah, it looks like Mortal Kombat or like some future, like, I'm doing my part. What's that movie?
I'm pretty sure it's a much sadder reason.
Right.
Because he did have a standoff with the police before they arrested him.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure that's something to do with preventative self-harm.
How is he still alive after he had a standoff with the police?
Because he's a white man.
I forgot. Oh, no. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm being pretty edgy by saying that. But, so, yeah, this is another Utah, and I'm trying to dig deeper into his life because I want to see if he is directly in any way related to or connected to Jody Hildebrand or any of those teachings because they all sort of interconnect, especially in that area of Utah.
bet.
No.
No, they don't?
No, I thought you were making a sex joke.
Oh, no, I said I bet. I bet they do.
Yeah. So, Scrub Zero? What's that? Oh, geez. That's a
like
reference.
Sub-Zero.
Ah.
Get over here. Is that what he said to the boys? I'm sorry.
No, God.
The men.
All
the
right,
men.
get it out, Amber.
The
Get it out.
men.
Get it out. No, he's a very bad man. And but actually that guy was it was adults, but that's not any better, really. But he was in that same community. And then so that's recent. And that was like a guy who got caught and then was being arrested, and then he did a police standoff for a long time, and then they talked him out, and now he's in the thing in the vest. And there's another whole guy who I had completely missed, who is again from the same areas of Utah that the rest of the people we've been discussing are. He was a therapist, and his name is, where did it go? We're gonna find it together, everybody. Dave Hamblin, yes, but that's the one that has the
Yeah, that's the police guy. That's not the therapist.
So the guy who's accused, for whatever reason, they've put the police officer in the picture at the top. That's not the man who done the crimes.
He looks like a nice guy. I like his little shiny forehead.
It does seem like somebody did that who doesn't like him at the newspaper. That's not the guy who did it, but another guy. He's another therapist from that area who has been accused of prolific, decades-long child sexual abuse in his therapy sessions. Again, like the last guy who was saying that like you needed that sort of submersion therapy or whatever, but this time to children. And actually his wife just the other week, because this happened in the earlier part of this year, his wife also just got arrested for sodomy charges.
So the wife was in there doing it too?
Yeah, it sounds like, well, she's at least alleged to have. She's not she hasn't charged yet, but she's in jail right now. But what's really also interesting about this guy is he is being accused of something that the LDS Church accuses a lot of other people of doing, which is they are calling it ritualistic sex abuse. And
oh my God, like sacrificing a horse or something?
Well, a lot of times when that sort of religious therapy stuff is being said, when we went through the satanic panic and all of that, they were talking about how like satanic cabals were stealing children and doing ritual sacrifices and stuff. But it was very, it was in a way that would make no sense. It would like, you would need to have been like magic for the things that they were saying were happening. However, like they're saying in this account, where did that go? They were calling it's called ritualistic abuse.
Oh, Krabby Moon said there's a magazine in Utah called Utah Stories that I highly recommend. It is for and by the people and has some incredible stories about things no one in Utah wants to talk about. I want to read this magazine. Utah Stories. Thank you, Krabby Moon. We might have to get a subscription to that.
I can't find the exact quote in one of these articles, but basically they're considering it ritualistic sex abuse because it was more than one person, it was persistent, and there was a religious aspect to it. And so the thing that a lot of people in the church are accusing others of doing,
that's what they're doing.
They are doing themselves.
Wow.
But without magic and demons and cool like costumes. It's just like the boring costumes.
I wish.
Excuse me. Also, that's an interesting magazine. I'd love to hear about that. There's another thing I wanted to highlight. I spoke of it before on the show, but
thank you, Mudwater Holler.
They
said we look nice.
Well, thank you. I never looked through it as much as I gave it a shout out because it's a pretty comprehensive, there's a lot of content on this, but it's an organization that compiles all of the different sex crimes within the LDS Church. It's called floodlit.org. And it is a lot of people. Man, it's a lot of people. There's over 28 pages of different people who are either in an ongoing trial, have been accused but not arrested, and people who are in jail for sex crimes within the LDS Church. And a lot of them are just LDS members, and so I'm not focusing on them as much. But there are a bunch who are bishops and therapists in the church.
Wow.
And I do think that there is like a starting point for this. And I'm trying to figure out if there was one instructor or something. That,
one bad apple that poisoned everybody?
There's obviously many reasons, like the entire premise of their doctrine is gross, but
it sounds like this is a crisis and should be discussed on the news. Like how they discuss all these other people that are like, they're coming to take your jobs. Like these people are coming to take your kids.
yeah, I wish it would be like that. But
Oh, Dombetes 151, thank you for gifting a sub tier to everybody. Thank you. To Attack on Mac, Trimples 14, Sea Salts, Floppy Penguins, Fluffy Bear 76. Thank you.
what?
They gifted a tier to all those people.
What? You're good. You're gooder than me than reading people's names off on here.
I'm real good.
God, look at this.
That's a lot.
Lot of guys smiling.
Like you could make a dun dun dun, like a Dateline NBC episode on this.
See, people are freaked out about that party. You go to one of these pages. Look at all these guys. They're going.
Oh yeah, their teeth.
Ah.
They have a very Ron DeSantis smile.
Yeah. This guy though, Sean Noble Frost, he's pissed. That's because he got caught. He's in a prison uniform.
Oh, he is frowning.
Yeah. There's Scott Dale Owen right here. Oh my God, he's famous.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
Yeah.
these guys are not attractive, to be honest. And I know that's not a talking point. I know that's wrong of me to say.
Well, they're not in any case, they're not dressed to impress you specifically. They're dressed to impress very conditioned women. Let's say that.
right.
So that guy too, the one who was wearing the not cool costume vest, it was for self-harm reasons. He called himself the porn king, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
The porn king. God gives certain people special permission to do things that are normally wrong. All right, rules for me, rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah.
I like rules for me, not for thee. Like, no, I can't. You can. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is very much. I think that is sort of, unfortunately, the reverse of this, which is like, as a woman who grew up in conservative culture, that is kind of what you're taught.
Right.
Rules for me, not for thee.
No, I'm
so
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Bobby Flay, for being on my side. They said that's fair. I would say the same thing if I was looking at this with my friend, and it's true. Look
Bobby
at these.
Flay.
Yeah, that's their name. I highly doubt
is
it's
it the Bobby Flay?
from the Food Network. I mean, whatever, but that's funny. Funny name. But yeah, just go on the site and scroll through. You'll see what I'm talking about. They look like they don't wipe their ass.
This is the true like the nightmare of my tabs on my my fucking Firefox is it's like half the worst things you've ever seen, half sex fairy stuff, and then just like Pinterest for seafoam salad. It's just all a nightmare. All of this is a nightmare. What is wrong? Ugh. Amber, what am I going to do?
I don't know. Oh yeah, you have a vegan Jello salad. I was like, are we going to discuss that today on the stream? Yeah,
It's not Thanksgiving yet.
It's not like this guy, no good. I also want to see their faces because I'm on dating apps and like, I don't know if I see one of these guys.
Hi, Amber. Amber, hi. You sure are nice looking.
Oh God, Natalie. Hi. Thank you. Thank you.
Probably should cover yourself up a little bit more. I can see your neck.
I'm so sorry. Rules for me, not for thee.
That's right. Oh, that's very sexy for me.
I'm so sorry you hit me.
I'm so sorry to have aroused you.
Am I being mean on here?
I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
Okay, wait. So there was others thing. Okay, so yes. Also.
Oh, Kawuso wants to know the vegan Jello salad.
Okay, so my grandma I do this for Thanksgiving most of the time. I actually made it into to the letters LPN last Thanksgiving because we had a big company dinner. But my grandma made this thing called seafoam salad. It sounds disgusting. It looks disgusting. It tastes great. But it's made with gelatin as the base. And I was trying to find like way to make agar
without
lime.
horse bones. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not good at it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure it out.
I think you can.
Let's we got past here. So first off, we wanted to just give a quick shout out to all the Ohioans.
Ohioans, happy Halloween, Ohioans.
They have it now in the Constitution that abortion access is constitutional.
That's right, but a lot of people in charge are like, no, we don't like that. No, we gotta take away people's rights to vote. No.
I mean, they can hem and haw all they want.
We don't like people's constitutional rights. No.
You're constipational.
That's right.
I know that that's like a thing that's happening, and I know that that's a risk, but ultimately this is a good thing. I don't think it's going to be changed. At least it would be a lot of work, and I think this is actually more of a sign that politicians have fucked up by trying to mess with reproductive rights, and that's all most of those politicians care about is if it gets votes or not. So
a lot of them are just out of touch, and they don't know what's in touch until the votes come in, and it's like, oh right, no one fucking likes you. Maybe take the subway sometime and like talk to people instead of like sitting in your palace and like demanding more laborers come and work for your business with less laws enact. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that. Huh? Have you ever thought of that before?
Thought of that? I would love it if a politician took the subway.
I don't know. I mean, we
talk to people. God forbid they know how people live.
I do wonder if it would be incredibly dangerous because of how angry everybody's at politicians all the time. But Bernie does it. He gets on coach. He's
okay. I don't know. I think he's changed now, right?
I don't know. I'm just saying shit, guys. I have a microphone. I'm just saying words.
Don Beatty's 151. Why do you think they're so against abortion? Well, they keep a lot of Republican talking points is the birth rate's lowered, which really they mean which the birth rate's lowered is fine. I think women collectively across the world realize we don't need to have this many people. I mean, there's women everywhere. Everywhere the birth rate's lowered. So obviously we're thinking something.
Well, it's
right?
because of largely because of human autonomy.
It's human autonomy.
It's more accepted generally.
Well, they want ideally I would own a factory and something bad happens and a guy dies in the factory, right? Well, his family can't sue and they can't form a union because we've got 20 other guys out the door right now that would love to take that job. So I, as the boss, get to dictate how much you get paid, what your salary looks like, benefits, if you have any working conditions.
Access, if there's just access people they can throw at it.
If there's access people they can throw it at. But if there's minimal people, then they get to choose because then they just won't come work for me.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I think there's a lot to that. And I also think that abortion care is just a incendiary thing that some people feel very strongly about. No matter what is logic is thrown at them, they are going to be mad and they're going to say, no, don't like it. And so there's some politicians who will lean into that because it gives them a base, but not enough people. Because you know why? A lot of people who pretend like they don't want reproductive health care actually use it all the time, or reproductive rights, they use them all the time. Yeah. And they get abortions too. They just secretly do it.
Absolutely. It's never about the right of the baby. If you really cared about the baby, they would have some help, nurseries. We're going to talk about Alabama. I think several of their maternity wards were closed down. Doctors don't want to work in that state because they can be fined if they give a life-saving abortion to a woman. Women don't get abortions 9 months in because they think it's funny. It's because the baby died and they contracted sepsis.
Right.
And they have to survive by taking the baby out. And doctors would get sued, possibly go to jail if they stay there for that. So they just packed up and left.
Right. Yeah. And that's the outcome of banning reproductive rights for
That's what happens.
Sure.
I know the states' rights. States, we can talk about states' rights, but when states get to choose on abortion or not, this is what happens. And then if you're pregnant in Alabama, sorry.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to also talk about tonight, because this is like such a feudalism. It's just such like a paradox, and that was a word I was trying to think of on another show, and I couldn't remember. And somebody wrote in. It was like, you meant paradox. And I was like, I did mean paradox. Thank you.
Thank you.
That the places where they give the least health care access, the least sex education access, the places where they're like pushing, have more babies, get married, reproduce, don't have sex unless if you do, you're going to keep the baby and you got to do it no matter what. They're places like Alabama. Where is this? I'm trying to find which county this is. But basically a bunch of maternity wards closed in Alabama recently.
And if you're pregnant in some of these places, you have to drive 90 minutes.
Yeah.
90 minutes. You can probably go into labor and you probably have 3 jobs.
So that is a place that is very anti-choice, but also now because of bad governorship, I guess, they don't have any they don't have anything for women when they're pregnant. In multiple parts of Alabama. I think I gave you the link there.
There we go. What if I had to get a pap smear? What if I had to get like any sort of female coverage?
Most of the people who are making those laws don't even know what a pap smear is.
No. This is why you can't have people out of touch. Can we play the video? So this is a video of, if you want to put your earphones in, Natalie, because it's very sad. Get ready, everybody.
I hope so.
Are you ready to cry?
Yeah.
So this is a video in Alabama where they're closing. This is the last day in the maternity ward, and they're playing a lullaby, and they're just saying goodbye. This is the last final seconds of the Alabama maternity ward.
Good evening, Kristen family. This is Labor and Delivery signing out for the last time.
I can't tell if the audio's on, but. That's not dystopian, man. I don't know really what is. Like, what else is more dystopian than that?
Didn't we all love that? I just pulled up the worst fucking video.
Odd HD _ Jess. Idaho has a lot of counties without maternity care as well. Man, Utah and Idaho are not on the top of my list right now. I gotta say, in general, a lot of fucked up stuff going on there. Mudwall, Holler, not safe to have babies, not safe to not have babies. It's true. I don't what do you fucking want? What do you want?
What do you want? Bobby Flay, sorry, I stepped away for a second. Are they playing the music because a baby was just born? No, it's because the hospital's closing down. So if you're a woman in Alabama and in many parts of it,
they can't help you deliver the baby anywhere near where they live.
No.
In that area.
And it's not even just delivery. Like, you have to go to the doctor for checkups.
Like, God forbid there's like an emergency with the baby or
What
anything.
if the baby's upside down and you have to deliver it that way? Like, feet first? That isn't so painful.
I don't know anything about childbirth, but I think that's bad, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be head first. I forget what it's called, but there's a way.
Breech?
Breech.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
it. Women die. Women die
Sorry,
in
I'm
like
not
the most
smiling
painful
at the
way.
No, it's bad. It's bad. I was proud of myself for knowing the word.
For knowing the word. Yes, yes.
But it's not Smile Town for any other reason.
There is this woman I follow on the internet who gave breech baby birth at home, and she's pretty right wing.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Nope.
Oh, that she just...
That's just it. I've just been kind of following her journey. I don't want to say who it is.
Let's not.
Nope. Some of it I feel like I watch and I'm like, I hope she's okay. I don't wish any illness on her at all. I just think she's highly conservative. And
she has a following giving off those talking points, and it gives her a lot of followers, but she doesn't seem happy or safe in her life.
I guess she seems happy to me. She seems pretty happy and safe. And maybe
I have a different perspective on it.
Maybe we have two different people. No, different girl.
Okay.
Oh, no, that girl looks really unhappy.
Okay.
No, I think we're talking about two different women.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, guys.
Cloyo for show. Healthcare in general right now is so bleak. We had to call 4 hospitals to find a bed for a patient today.
Wow.
Oh my God. Is it because of COVID spikes?
Or just doctors are quitting? Probably from 2020. They probably burn out, to be honest.
What are we gonna do?
What are we going to do, guys?
I don't know.
Take your fucking vitamins, I guess. Wonderful.
Lil underscore Ash, two of my male friends who are college educated didn't know that women on their periods could go in a pool. Yeah, and a lot of times it's really harmless, lack of knowledge. A lot of times they don't even need to know if they're not making laws or making, like, if they're not physicians. It's understandable if they maybe don't know everything or feel ashamed to ask. But if it's people who are actually trying to put paper to pen and make laws about things that they don't even know, like they don't even know what the parts are called, that seems like a problem.
That's a big problem. What if I just started making laws about dudes? Never mind. Take that back. I don't want to say this. But I think it is kind of dangerous to say, like, have the myth of women can't get in a pool on their period, because then, like, a girl gets in and she's on it. Now she gets ostracized.
Oh,
and,
I mean,
like,
sure. I mean, I think
screamed
that
at.
it's better for all people of all body types to know a little bit about the reproductive cycle. But I will be the first to say I don't know about everything that has to do with being pregnant or anything that has to do with testicle care. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's certain times of the month where testicles become buoyant.
They hurt
in the water.
Buoyant in the water. That's right. So write in. If your testicles become buoyant in the water on every 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, please write in to
Let us know.
someplaceunderneath@gmail.com.
Yeah, please.
And Royale says, when I was recovering from double jaw surgery, horribly invasive, requires 2 days hospital stay, monitor and manage pain. It took them 10 hours to find me a bed in a huge Boston hospital.
Oh my
Nightmare.
God. Yikes.
No, I don't like this. Are we
Oh
in
my
a
God. Ugh.
destructive society, Natalie? Are we about to have
You know, it's always bad. It's never been good. In many ways, it's better than it has been in the past. But Casey Ty's mom, I had to walk up to my local hospital's ward through construction and stairs at 8 centimeters dilated. Oh,
8 centimeters? That is like this big.
how do you even do that? You guys are incredible. I don't know how everybody who gives birth is amazing.
I would be such a fucking bitch if I gave birth. I would scream. I would scream at all the men. I would be such a horrible fucking cunt. Anyway,
I mean, that is your time to have the excuse.
that's my time.
to
I
be
am not
a goblin.
given birth just like a trad wife. Like, well, I guess it's my duty. I did it.
Quiet, you're being too loud.
I would take everybody down. Also, Scientology, you have to do silent births because you can't scream when the child comes into the world. I'm screaming as loud as I fucking want.
We've all been birthed by screams. Look how great we are.
We'll be fine. Yeah, insanity sneeze. Scientology, silent births.
Painted Piglet. I'm a hospice nurse and everyone is leaving right and left. Wow, that's rough. My mom just retired from nursing last year. And I'm glad, to be honest. She worked for many decades
Long
and
time.
it was not a good scene during COVID. Odd HD _ Jess. There are huge nursing strikes over unsafe staffing. Nurses are being murdered at work.
Murdered?
I'm not following that at all.
How are they being murdered? Let me look at this up.
Yeah, is there a specific cause for that, or is it just happening now? Good Lord.
Nurses being... Sorry, I just got a text. My roommate saying that she left her keys in Chicago.
If anybody's in Chicago, if you wanted to look for her roommate's keys.
That's right. So many people missing their keys.
Patients having no consequences for hitting nurses?
Whoa, Hawaii psychiatric patient arrested in nurse's fatal stabbing. 2 nurses? Oh my God, 2 people killed a nurse? Holy shit. Just do a quick Google search. You'll see how many people are killing nurses. Wow.
Why? Oh, God.
Are we gonna die?
Yes. That is the only thing for
Are we
sure.
gonna die? It's just like Satan gonna roll his sweet clouds over. You know, I think the important part, because the world is blowing up right now, but it's always been blowing up. Imagine being alive in 1940. I don't want to be there. So I think it's important to think.
Good fashion, though.
Yeah, good fashion, better fashion. What are we thankful for moving forward? I know nurses are dying.
Oh, God. Right now,
Right now,
I feel thankful for nothing.
we can still, because I think we have Tears of a Clown, right? So we have to end 5 minutes before. That's We have like 5 minutes.
Oh, we got Tierzo's in the back doing double duty.
Ooh, we have a Kermit. No, a
Oh,
Kermit.
did you hear it? The call of Tierzo coming soon. Oh, we're at the Unlove. My father's had surgery, and there's signs everywhere about don't assault the staff. I was so confused as to why they needed those signs. Apparently, people assaulting staff a lot. Wow, everybody needs to
Chill the
take a
fuck
breath.
out. It's like walking around Hollywood. There's all these billboards. They're like, "Stop hate, stop fighting," and I'm like,
they're
what?
helping.
Yeah,
Doesn't that make you feel calm?
I was gonna kill this guy, but that billboard said "Stop hate."
That billboard said, relax. And then I went, oh, thanks. Thanks, billboard.
I think it's ever since 2020 because it's been this slowly like.
Well, yeah, I mean, a
Frog in a
pandemic will
pot.
do that too, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't check in with mental health. Me either. I don't. I let it boil up and I punch concrete.
I mean, a lot of non-access to mental health care and
Yeah.
stuff too.
You know, maybe you're privileged enough to do it, and if you are, maybe they'll tell you need to suck dicks to not be gay. Right? Or that she got sewn up into the body of a horse that was Teal Swan.
Ah, Teal Swan, you remember?
Good old Teal Swan.
If you guys aren't watching Twin Flames and you are interested in the Teal Swan lore, here's another crazy one where they make people do terrible things and say it's spiritual. It's really fucked up. If you have, it's maybe Netflix. I forget what it's on.
All right. Oh, Hulu.
Hulu.
It's on Hulu. How is Teal doing? I haven't seen her in a while.
I've avoided it. I think she's doing the same, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't think that the doc affected her business at all, which is, I'm
Next
just happy.
time. You know, she gets people. There was this girl in New York City who was always a little sort of like, la la, you know, kind of like that. And then I saw her post on Instagram, like loving Teal Swan. And I don't know. It's kind of that, like that new age spirituality when I don't know what you're talking about. God is love and light is all over. And then we need to understand our light, but we can't make our light. I was like, what are you talking about?
I think usually they're saying, give me $50.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Thanks for the subs tonight. Aaron B's next. Amy R 0927, Lisa _ pizza, Gus Throne 1, and Domobides 151.
Thank you for the subs, everybody. We love you so much.
Any other questions right now? I know this was a little bit all over the place this week. I'm ready for a break.
Yeah. Large Jen says, I work in the service industry in a major tourist town and really thought once things open back up, people would be more grateful. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Yeah. I used to bartend and man, that was rough during the pandemic because I like to bartend because I like talking to people. Yeah, get you a shot. What you got? It's on your work break. Let's have a convo. But then I'm in this like hazmat
Shot on your
suit.
work break.
Not on mine, but on theirs.
That's a non-responsible thing to do on your lunch break.
No, but I convinced a lot of people to do a lot of shots on their lunch break. Sometimes they were construction workers, but hey.
Oh, listen.
Oh.
There was just a. I think Henry maybe covered it. There was a surgeon who got pulled over because he looked like a suspect, but then they found he was on his way to surgery, and they found a bunch of meth on him.
No.
And I say, if it makes him help, it helps do the surgery.
I don't give a shit.
Just let him have the meth.
Just let him have the meth. That's like me with like flying. They say a lot of pilots are misogynist. I'm like, call me a fucking country bitch. Just land the plane.
Please think that you are a god amongst men if you fly a plane. I don't want you to be insecure. That's
don't
fine.
care.
That's fine for me.
No Yo Brow says, oh my fucking God, I teach as a therapist and I have to warn my clients not to watch Teal Swan's videos. I reference them to y'all's podcast. Thank
Aw,
you.
Thank you. That's nice.
Thank you, No Yo Bro.
I appreciate it. We had been talking earlier about what we were hoping for this year and for what we thought about the holidays, what we want to focus on in the holidays. And I think we came up with a really good one, which is you should celebrate your holiday however you want. You don't have to spend time with people you don't like. If you're alone on Thanksgiving, I have had some of my favorite Thanksgivings alone. I know it can feel kind of scary or sad, especially if it's just like a relationship ended. But you said a great thing earlier, which is if you're newly single, like think about something that you used to do before that relationship that you stopped doing for that dumbass you were dating.
That's
you know?
right. What if they didn't like roller coasters? And years ago, you were like, yeah, I don't like roller coasters either. And then now you can go to Six Flags.
Yep. I'd say do that on Thanksgiving.
Do that. Go to a bar and get a shot. Go tip your local bartenders.
And just That's what I would like to ruminate and think. I would like to think about over the holiday season about only letting in people who bring something good to you and that you can bring back something to them as well. And otherwise, they don't need to be around you. You don't have to be with people you don't like on the holidays or any other time.
No, and your feelings are very valid.
Yeah,
If you
life's
don't
too short.
Life's too short, for all we know.
What do you mean? What's going to happen?
For all we know.
Sometimes there's a trap set out right outside a recording studio that will
buddy.
drop an anvil on your head.
Yeah, I've got the Looney Tunes app.
Oh no, Amber, what are you going to do?
Oh, not spread peace and love.
Oh, cool. That's all we do here.
Yeah.
All we do. We have to leave early because Tears of a Clown is starting, and it will be sillier than this. This one. Thanks for being with us as we went through a lot of emotions today.
Yes, thank you. We love you so much.
We really do appreciate you guys so much, and we will be back after we eat a bunch of food.
That's right. I'll come back a little bit happier. Hey, everybody, I got gas. I ate too much gravy.
Never too much. Actually, gravy's gross. Yuck.
It is just fat and flour.
Uh-uh.
No.
Mac and cheese all
You're not
day.
a gravy girl?
Mac and cheese.
All right, I'm a gravy girl.
Yeah.